Welcome to another video, and in today's video we shall be discussing about one of the biggest enemies of mankind, and every human faces that enemy in some way or other in his entire lifetime. So let's get started after the intro. No matter who you are, what you are doing, or where you are, there will always be three stages in your life, which are aspire, success, and failure. And these three stages will keep on repeating in your life over and over again. Aspire stage is the stage where you aspire to become something. Success stage is the stage where one of your goals or some of your goals have already been achieved. And failure stage means that you couldn't make the transition from aspire stage to success stage. And in all these three stages, there's always one thing that's always present, and that thing is ego. And ego is our biggest enemy. And most of the times people are confused between confidence and egoistic. But there's a big distinction between ego and confidence. But the best part is we can control our ego and beat this enemy through the techniques that Ryan Holiday talks about in this book. We'll go through the techniques in this book based on the stages where you are in. So the first stage, aspire. It is the stage where we dream big. It is the stage where we aspire to become something. We desire to be something or achieve something. Like preparing for a big exam or working on your business. And the beginning phase is the most difficult one. Because before we begin anything, we are always excited but also nervous. But we try to hide our nervousness by talking in front of people. We go to the gym and tell people how hard it is to do exercise, how hard it is to lift weights. We work on our business and tell people not everyone can become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur's life is never easy. And all of that stuff. And that's the mistake most people make. But why do people do this instead of working hard on what they do? Instead of putting in the work? Because we human beings are hungry for approval and social validation. And this hunger for social validation and approval without actually doing anything or doing less amounts of work is called our ego. And there are three problems that we might face in this stage. And the first problem is talking too much and doing too little. Yes, the thing that we do, we talk too much about what we are doing, how we are going to execute it, and how we'll do all that stuff to friends and others, just trying to impress them and approve social validation. And the treatment to this problem is work, work, and work. Because the problem is the more we talk about our goals, our plans, the things we want to achieve, the more our brain confuses it with actual progress. The brain considers talking about our goals and all of that stuff as actual progress. And that's why you often find yourself lying to others about your real progress. So that's why Ryan Holiday tells us to stop talking about your goals and work, work, and work. And basketball player Bill Bradley tells that if you are not practicing, someone somewhere is still practicing. And when you are going to meet that person, they will defeat you. Now the second kind of problem, the hunger for recognition and self-validation. Sometimes in your work, you might do a fantastic job, but someone else takes recognition for that work. And at that time, you might feel like, I deserve that respect, but I didn't get it. Why? But that is our ego suggesting us that we deserve more personal glory. The solution to this problem is to clear path for others. Ryan Holiday tells us to clear the path for our superiors by taking up the work that nobody else desires to do. And believe me, it isn't about people pleasing or ass licking. It's just delaying your gratification. Because eventually you are going to get recognition. And until then, don't crave for recognition or validation. Problem number 3. Letting praise get to your head. Sometimes when you start in work, you find yourself with beginner's luck and you will find yourself getting ahead in life, and most people will recognize your work and praise you for that. And at that times, it boosts your ego and it will add fuel to your ego and it grows even more. And when we receive criticism for our work, we think that that guy just said that our work is really good. But this guy is criticizing our work. It means that our work isn't bad, that guy is bad. And when this problem arises, Ryan Holiday tells to be a student forever. Why, you ask? Because a student is able to take harsh feedback and tries to learn where he can improve on. The ego, however, avoids any kind of improvements at that. When we don't get any kind of results, we feel disheartened or sad. Today, books are available in stores, online and for free. Ivy League colleges courses can be found online, and we have internet 24/7 and we can learn anything and everything that we want to. We have more information than our predecessors ever had, and that's why it's easier to be a student now. And one must remain a student throughout his whole life to gain success. Now let us come to the second stage, the success stage. If you control your ego in the aspire stage and work on your goals, then definitely you will achieve success. But the problem is that success also inflates our ego. And now the ego has become even bigger. So it uses new techniques to put us down. And here are a few of the problems with solutions that you might face in this stage. Number 1. Wanting appreciation. Yes, the same as in the aspiring stage. But the need for social appreciation and validation will increase exponentially in this stage. You will gain public eye, you will do interviews, and people will start becoming your fan. And you will be tempted to do more interviews and go out in the public's eyes. But what you missed out on is this: you becoming public takes away more time from the thing that got you here. The want for social approval takes away the time from your core task, because of which you are here. And the solution to this is avoiding as much as recognition you can and working more on the core task that you have at hand. Problem number 2. Being a know-it-all. When you become successful, you feel the pressure to know it all, to have the solution to every kind of problem there is. But the reality is, most of the times you won't. You won't have all the answers. But that will be an insult to your ego. And he'll make up fake solutions and think that the other guy won't even know that I'm faking the answer or faking the solution. And at that very moment, you succumb to your ego. It takes away your success. But how do you deal with this? The solution that we discussed in the aspire stage. Be a student. Be a student forever. Because if we succumb to the feeling that we know it all, we'll only stunt our further growth that was ever possible. There is a beautiful line in the book that says this: as our island of knowledge increases, so does the shore of ignorance. So therefore, no matter what you have accomplished, try and remember that you are to be a student forever. Problem number 3. Thinking big. There's no problem in thinking big. The problem is you thinking that you are going to do something big. Think about it. Whenever an entrepreneur is asked what your company is going to do, he always says that our company is going to change the world, going to change the future, and all of that high value stuff. But instead, what the company should be focusing on is their core audience, core customers, and how they can make their life easier. That should be the goal of any business. Now if you see any company that has become great or big, not by thinking that they are going to be big or great, but by adhering to the problems of the masses and trying to solve them. Now take YouTube into view. YouTube is on the verge of replacing television. But YouTube wasn't made to replace television. It wasn't made with such a big and impossible goal. It was only made to share funny clips with friends. Now comes the third and last stage, failure stage. Failure is normal, it isn't bad. Even after controlling our ego, we might fail because our circumstances are never under our control. But what's important is that what we make of ourselves during the failure stage. A criminal named Detroit Red was put in jail for committing crimes like kidnapping, drug dealing, murder, robbery, and all of that stuff. When he was put in jail, instead of sitting around and doing nothing, he started learning even in the jail, because he knew that he cannot escape the jail. And that's why instead of wasting his time, he started reading books that were available in the jail's library. He read everything that was available there, from philosophy to religion to politics to entrepreneurship to business and everything. And that guy eventually went on to become a great American social activist whom people now know as Malcolm X, who fought for many human rights in America. Now in this failure stage, ego can manifest itself in one of the two ways. 1. Dead time. Robert Greene talks about an event called as dead time or a lifetime. He goes on to say that in our life there is always two kind of times. A lifetime or dead time. A lifetime is a time in which you utilize the resources that you have to do great works. And dead time is the time where you blame others without doing anything. Keep sitting by believing in luck and living in denial. But now, just as we discussed, Malcolm X, who made his dead time a lifetime, a time where he could have interacted with many more criminals and after he got out could have become a really big criminal. But he transformed his dead time to a lifetime by utilizing it to learn something and then utilizing the further information and learnings that he had to improve lives of others. That's why failure is an opportunity. Don't dwell on what went wrong and how it should never happen with you. Instead, start asking how you can convert it into a lifetime. Defining failure based on other people's perspective. Most of the times we define failure by other people's perspectives, by what our parents will think, by what our friends will think, by what our friends' parents will think. We mostly care about what others will think when we fail. And that's why failure only boils down to the fear of judgment. And the solution to this problem is believing in the fact that only efforts are enough. You should measure your success by the amount of effort that you have put in instead of the results that you have got, and keep practicing and honing your work, because the truth is that we can't always control the results. The results will always differ, but what we can control is our efforts. And that's why even if you fail, define success by saying that only efforts are enough. And if you have put in the efforts, don't worry, because eventually you will find success. Now here are some of my thoughts on the book. Most of the times Ryan Holiday says to run away from recognition and all of that stuff. But you can't. We are just basic human beings with need for social approval and validation. And that will happen. And there's no shame in it. But the problem is that being aware that you are seeking social validation and approval, and that you are missing out on the work that you should be doing. And if you have that kind of awareness, you will reduce the amount of time that you seek approval or validation. And that awareness is important. Not ignoring or not doing any of that stuff matters. So there are some principles in the book that I don't completely agree with, but I still shared them with you. And there are a lot of principles that I also couldn't share with you. And that's why I highly recommend you to read this book. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, because I'll keep making summaries of books and providing it to you so that you can choose the right book that you should be reading. So this is a wrap, and see you in another video. And until then, stay happy, stay safe and keep reading.